Anyway, Cass says she did all this to Tim, the murder framing and all that, to turn the world against him and show how there's no justice in the world and how they'll start killing everybody who's evil. Because if there's one thing we know about Cassandra Cain, it's how she's all into killing. Yup, no problems with killing at all. I'm a trained killer. That's the one truth of my life. And we never really change what we are, no matter how hard we try. Yep, definitely the lesson of Batgirl's solo book. Truly, this turn of events was unfortunate, but completely matches what we know about her character. Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal, am I right? Yeah, as you can imagine, this story didn't go over too well with Cass's fans. And before we continue, we need to talk about fan backlash. There is, in many ways, a sense of fan entitlement and ownership over characters. We often forget that when we're purchasing a book, it's a work of fiction that belongs to somebody else, or in this case, to a company. We cannot assume that just because we're the customer, we should wish ill upon the creators for making creative decisions we disagree with. That we are somehow better qualified, superior to people working the job and trying their best just to produce a book in an industry that's not particularly glamorous nor that profitable. Seriously, making comic books is not the way to get rich people. As a result, toxic fan attitudes can lead to harassment, threats, and just an atmosphere of bullying that is ridiculous and makes fans no better than the villains superheroes routinely take down. Adam Beechin got a lot of flack for this storyline, and given how bad fan culture can be nowadays, just how horrible it can be to people who are just doing their jobs, or were just an actor in a movie, or maybe they said something that pushed the buttons of terrible, awful people who can't wait to share their awfulness with the world. Yeah, you can imagine how bad it must have been for him. Possibly still is. Harassment doesn't have an expiration date. Some of my colleagues get insults and threats sent against them for stuff that was resolved years ago with the actual involved parties. It's overwhelming and disgusting. I'm guilty of this same entitlement. I'd like to think I've gotten better over the years, but as a fan, I have exercised this same attitude. I never threatened or harassed to the degree that some have, but I know that it would have been so easy for me to fall into the same kind of thing. And not even about people who have been bigoted or racist or sexist or homophobic. I feel no shame in calling out that kind of despicable bile in creators, but Adam Beechin and others who have written a storyline I didn't like? That's not cool. As fans, we need, and we should be better.